Today I'm flipping 25 things to see what kind of animals are living underneath. Animals like reptiles and amphibians use cover objects to protect themselves from the weather and predators. I'm going to be trying to uncover some of these amazing animals. Let's see what I can find. First location I visited was this forest. The first thing I flipped was this rock, and underneath there was a long-tailed salamander and some greenhouse millipedes. Not bad for a first flip. I flipped another rock and found another salamander. This is a two-line salamander, named for those two black lines on either side of its body. Under thing number 3, I found a snake. This snake isn't venomous, so it's completely safe for me to pick up. This is an eastern milk snake. They don't actually drink milk. Instead, they eat small mammals and occasionally another snake because they belong to the king snake genus. This one was very chill, didn't even try to bite me a single time. Like every animal I handle, the interaction is kept short and it's going to go right back where I found it. Under the next cover object, there was something small and I thought I was going to be able to catch it, but it was way too fast. It's a little brown skink. While flipping the next thing, I came across an eastern fence lizard. These little guys are very common here. I find them all over the place. While flipping the 6th cover object, I found another one. I didn't get a good clip of me flipping it, but there is another long-tailed salamander. This one's much bigger though. That long tail of theirs takes up 60% of their body length. Definitely one of my favorite salamanders to find. Under the next thing, I found another salamander. Tucked up under this log, there's another two-line salamander. Since I could see it and already got a good video of one, I'm not going to flip this log. Under rock number 9, I found absolutely nothing. But underneath the rock right next to it, there was this pretty interesting looking grub. I don't know a whole lot about insects, so I'm not entirely sure what this is. Under rock 11, there was a blue margined ground beetle. Those jaws look like they could do some damage, so I didn't get too close to it. I found a spot where unfortunately someone's been dumping their trash, but it's a good spot to find snakes, so I went ahead and checked it out. My first attempt to flip the plywood didn't go very well, but I figured it out eventually. I know it's kind of dark and pretty hard to see, but there was a ringneck snake tucked up under here. I didn't chase after it though because it was surrounded by a pile of ants. Out here in the middle of the woods, I found a white-tailed deer, and this dude tried to intimidate me. But it turns out he's more scared of me than I was of him. I flipped 5 more things and I really wasn't finding anything, so I head to the next location. And on my way, I found something I didn't expect. This is a timber rattlesnake. Unfortunately, by the time I found it, it had already been hit by a car. They are venomous, and their venom is toxic enough to kill a human. But usually they're pretty docile. This is my first time finding one in Ohio in the wild, so it kind of sucks finding it under these circumstances. But after that, I did find a very much alive gray squirrel. And luckily, I was able to save this eastern box turtle off the road. This is a male, and I can tell because of the indentation on the bottom part of its shell. If you ever move any turtle off the road, make sure you put it in the direction that it was traveling. He'll be nice and safe from cars over here. The next rock flipping location was this creek. This place was shared with me by one of my followers, so thank you for that. But I'll be honest, I didn't think this place was going to be very good because after flipping 7 things, I didn't find anything. If you lost count, this is cover object number 24. Underneath, there was a hellgrammite. This is the larval stage of a Dobson fly. They are capable of pinching, and I knew this before picking it up, but I picked it up anyway, and it pinched me. Got the best of me this time. Underneath the very last thing, there was another snake. This is a northern water snake. They aren't venomous and are completely harmless, but they are extremely defensive. They will not hesitate to bite you. These guys eat things like fish and frogs and are really no harm. After a while, they'll stop trying to bite and kind of just wear themselves out.